And here is the Writer's Almanac for Monday, the 23rd of March, 2020. It was on this day, 1775, a lawyer named Patrick Henry spoke at the Second Virginia Convention in Richmond. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson were both there. The debate was over whether or not to raise a militia and arm Virginia to fight against the British. And Patrick Henry delivered the line, "Give me liberty," or "give me death." At least some people thought he did. But it wasn't until 1816 that it was written down by his biographer, who talked to people who'd been there. It was on this day in 2010 that President Barack Obama signed into law the Affordable Care Act. It was on this day in 1942 the government began moving Japanese Americans from their homes on the West Coast to internment camps. Between 110,000 and 120,000 people were forcibly relocated. Some Japanese American men were drafted into the war even as their families remained incarcerated. The camps remained open until 1945. It's the birthday of the novelist David Slavitt, born in White Plains, New York, 1935, author of The Exhibitionist and The Voyeur. It's the birthday of the novelist Julia Glass, born Boston, 1956. Went off to Yale, got a degree in art. She wanted to become a painter, moved to New York City, set up an artist's studio, and to support herself, she took copywriting and editing jobs, freelance. Meanwhile, she sat at the kitchen table of her 700-square-foot apartment in Greenwich Village and started writing a novel. She wasn't sure she should try to write a novel at all. She said, "I'd sit at the table and look out the window and think, why am I doing this? Grown-ups have a bedroom. I have children who will be in college one day. I'm supposed to be doing these editing jobs." But she finished the novel called 3 Junes. She gave a reading at a local bookstore. Only 2 people attended, but 3 Junes turned out to be a big success, won the National Book Award in 2002, and she's gone on to write more novels since, including I See You Everywhere and The Dark Sacred Night. It's the birthday of Fanny Farmer, born in Boston, 1857, who published the first cookbook in American history, one with exact measurements. Before that, you simply learned how to cook from your mother or your grandmother. And it was on this day in 1743, George Friedrich Handel's oratorio Messiah had its London premiere. The king was in the audience, and the audience was overwhelmed by the performance. Here's a poem by Kay Ryan, Blue China Doorknob, with an inscription from Robert Lowell. "I was haunted by the image of a blue china doorknob. I never used the doorknob or knew what it meant, yet somehow it started the current of images." Blue china doorknob. Rooms may be using us. We may be the agents of doorknobs' purposes, obeying imperatives China dreams up, or pacing dimensions determined by cabinets. And if we're their instruments, the valves of their furious trumpets, conscripted but ignorant of it, the strange, unaccountable things we betray were never our secrets anyway. A poem by Kay Ryan, Blue China Doorknob, from the Best of It, New and Selected Poems, published by Grove Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.